Bills head over to the West Coast to SoFi Stadium to take on the Los Angeles Rams. This game is really a toss-up when you look at it on paper. Both teams are really good. Obviously, the Rams are the defending Super Bowl champions, and the Bills are projected to be really good again. In fact, a lot of people are favoring them to win the Super Bowl this year. I have some concerns from the Bills side of things. Mainly, it's on the defensive side. The Bills are going to be without Tre'Davious White, which is a big loss for them. Their secondary is going to be very thin, at least at the cornerback position. They're looking at starting Kaiir Elam, first-round rookie. Dane Jackson, who is a third-year, sixth-round draft pick. And then Christian Benford, who is a sixth-round rookie. A lot of unproven talent, we could say, at the Bills' cornerback position behind Tre'Davious White. And the Rams made some improvements to their wide receiver core. They signed Allen Robinson out of free agency. Obviously, Cooper Kupp is coming off of a career year. That being said, though, I'm not that worried about Cooper Kupp because the Bills still have Taron Johnson, who has proven to be a very solid slot corner. So I'm going to guess that Taron Johnson will be following him around as the game goes on. But then you've still got the concerns. You know, you're looking at Allen Robinson potentially matching up against Kaiir Elam. Dane Jackson, I'm going to guess Sean McVay is going to try to cook something up to really attack him. If Christian Benford sees the field, they're definitely going to go after him as well. Like I said, a lot of untested talent at the cornerback position for the Bills that I'm sure the Rams are going to be looking to exploit. That said, though, the Rams also do have their own concerns, specifically Matthew Stafford. He's coming off of elbow surgery, I think it is. His workload this offseason has been very carefully managed, so his health is a question mark coming into this game. Another guy whose health is also a question mark coming into this game, I just found out, is Jalen Ramsey. He had off-season surgery as well on his shoulder, so if he's not at 100%, then the Bills might look to exploit that with Stephon Diggs or Gabe Davis, or actually just today, the Bills extended Dawson Knox, so he's another weapon that's going to be out there for the Bills as well. The Bills are absolutely loaded with offensive firepower right now, and that's where I think they have the advantage. I think if this ends up being an offensive shootout, the Bills definitely win this game. I don't think the Rams really have the juice to hang with the Bills in a 41-35 shootout. But what I think this game is really going to come down to, the two best players on the field for both sides are going to be Josh Allen for the Bills and Aaron Donald for the Rams. Aaron Donald has game-breaking talent. If he ends up wreaking havoc in the middle of that line and making Josh Allen uncomfortable throughout the game, then it is going to be a very tough game for the Bills to win. My biggest concern for the Bills' offense is definitely Aaron Donald. The Bills added some new pieces that I think improved their offensive line, but even still, first game of the season with these new pieces, this new line, still kind of getting to know each other, there is a possibility that Aaron Donald has a day and they might struggle against one of the best pass rushers in the league. But I do have confidence that the Bills will win this one. They are a 2.5-point favorite in the betting, if you're into that. And I think that sounds about right, 2.5 points. That's basically a toss-up, and I think this is going to be a very even matchup. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think the Bills win it, possibly on a last-second field goal. I do think it'll be a close game, but I think the Bills win this one. We're going to go rapid fire here. So Lily, what's the first game we got?
Saints at Falcons.
I'm going Saints. The Falcons are rebuilding. Saints have a new coach and I think a better defense, so I'm going Saints.
Cleveland and Carolina.
Oh, that's a tough one. Mayfield starting, and I think the extra motivation for Baker Mayfield is going to be enough for him to get the win, so I'm taking Panthers in a close one.
49ers and the Bears.
I'm going 49ers. I think Trey Lance has a big NFL debut for the Niners, and the Bears are also, I think, staring down the business end of a rebuild here, so I think they're going to struggle this season. I'm going Niners.
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati.
I'm going Cincinnati just because they're the defending AFC champions, but I think the Steelers did improve their roster a bit. I just have questions about their starting quarterback situation. I'm not sure Mitchell Trubisky is going to be up for it, at least right off the bat, so I'm going to say Bengals in this one.
Eagles and Lions.
So I'm going to say the Eagles win this one, even though I don't really have faith in them for the season. There's a lot of people out there who are getting ready to just hand the division over to them. I don't know about that. I'm still not really a believer in Jalen Hurts, and I don't really know what they did to really improve their roster this season. But they're playing the Lions. The Lions, I think, are in for another long season, so I'll say the Eagles win Week 1.
Colts and Texans.
I'm going Colts pretty easily on that one. The Texans are not a good football team right now.
Patriots at Miami.
That's a tough one, too. I'm going to say Patriots, just barely, though. I don't really believe in either team, but I believe less in Tua Tagovailoa than I believe in Mac Jones.
Baltimore and Jets.
Ravens, easily.
Jaguars and Washington.
I'm going Washington in this one, and I do think that they can be a bit of a dark horse candidate and possibly make... I don't think they win the division, but I could see the Washington Commanders potentially being in the mix for a wild card spot at the end of the season.
Giants and Tennessee.
I'm going to go with Tennessee, but I also think the Giants are a pretty improved football team. I like Brian Daboll as their head coach. I like Joe Shane as their GM. I think they have something there, but I still think it's too early for them. They're still rebuilding, and Tennessee, they're always good in the regular season, but never come through in playoff time. So I think at this point in the season, Titans are going to win some games.
Kansas City and Arizona.
That's a good game. I don't think really the Chiefs really improved their roster, and in fact, I think they actually kind of got worse in a lot of areas. But I trust Patrick Mahomes more than I trust Kyler Murray, and the way Arizona finished last season really left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm kind of out on the Cardinals at this point. I'm giving this one to the Chiefs.
Raiders and Chargers.
That is a good game. That whole division is just stacked right now. But I'm going with the Chargers. I like Justin Herbert. I trust him more than I trust Derek Carr. But the Raiders, they just added Devontae Adams. He's a big playmaker. I think that division is going to be a fun watch all season. But I'm going to give it to the Chargers, just edging out the Raiders in this game.
Packers and Vikings.
I'm going Packers. I'm not a fan of the Vikings. I don't think they really got better this offseason. I'm not a believer in Kirk Cousins. Aaron Rodgers is just reliable, especially early in the season, so I'm going to go with Packers on that one.
Bucks and Cowboys.
I'm going with the Buccaneers. I don't believe in the Cowboys. I think the reason why people are so high on the Eagles right now is because they're just so low on the Cowboys after the way they finished last season as well. But yeah, I'm on that train. I don't like the Cowboys at all this season, and I think the Buccaneers, with Brady back, is going to be a pretty easy win for them. Although they do have some offensive line concerns, so that'll be something to watch, but I still think they win.
The last one is Denver and Seattle.
I think this is Denver pretty easily. The Seahawks are also looking down a rebuild right now, and Geno Smith is their starting quarterback. I just don't see it. I think the Broncos win pretty easily. Enjoy the game. Please subscribe. And as always, let's go Buffalo.